This week's scenario is incoming from the Steamroller 2015 packet. The scenario does not have the Killbox Artifice in effect and consists of two rectangular zones. The friendly zone can be dominated for 1 CP. The enemy zone can be controlled for 1 CP or dominated for 2 CPs. And your enemy's objective can be destroyed for 1 CP. First player to reach 5 control points or caster assassination wins the game.
Greetings everyone. Today we are playing with Midas Butcher's Block Theme Force, the Bone Grinder spam list. So it's a relatively standard list. The one change that did get made is, unfortunately, while I do own 7 units of Bone Grinders, they're not fully painted. So ultimately I ended up dropping 1 unit of Bone Grinders and making Targ as part of the list. Otherwise, it's pretty much exactly what you'll see online, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi folks, today I'm playing a theme list. It's Sturgis plus Stormwall, Cyclone, Grenadier, Hunter. Jake's running a free Grenadier, a couple of Storm Towers, and a Chain Gun crew. I've never played with most of the models that are in this army. Oh, and Finn is in there with a Master Gunner. So this should be interesting. Lots of unusual models.
So I was happy to win the role and get to go first. I think that's a big advantage for me, particularly against an army with this much shooting, which, I mean, I'm looking across the table and I'm seeing models that I've never even heard of before. So it's going to be a very interesting game. But what I am seeing is a significant amount of stuff that will rip up single wound infantry, which is what my army primarily consists of, and so I'm pretty concerned about that. Deployment-wise, I'm keeping the gun boars relatively central, and then the road hogs kind of a little bit further out, because they're just faster than the gun boars. Everything is going to get advanced move, so that'll be particularly helpful. The terrain is a little bit problematic for my deployment zone because I have the forest there, and then 2 obstructions directly in front of me. So I'm trying to position the Bone Grinder so that they can kind of run around it. This is a list that I would recommend practicing deploying and practicing unpacking, just for time's sake and how many models there are.
Well, my opponent won the role to go first. I'm going to end up trying to defend my zone. I've got enough guns and stuff that I should be able to clear out infantry from a zone. I'm going to try a unique assassination thing by dropping covering fire templates and trying to drag his caster into them. We'll see what happens.
So going turn 1 with this army is pretty straightforward. The beasts are all going to run, Midas is going to shed some fury, and that's about it. You can do a really large land grab with this list if you want to. The reason I held back a little bit was because he has a lot of AD guns, and they're range 14 on the Storm Towers, and I'm trying to be careful so that they don't have easy targets to get to, so they can't like bounce into my infantry and kill a bunch on turn 1. So I'm not just like feeding him models, feeding him free points. But the Bone Grinders are running around the forest there. They're probably going to end up trying to target those Stormcrawlers up top. Again, each one of those guys can kill 3 models once they start doing the triangulations. It's pretty concerning there. The other units going in there towing the forest. Then we're going to have the 2 units on the bottom. They're going to start angling for that Storm Tower that's on the hill. And I'm looking at his list and I'm seeing a lot of things that are reasonably easy to kill other than the Storm Wall. Now Midas can use Hex Blast to get rid of Arcane Shield, which is going to probably be very useful when it comes to killing it. The thing that concerns me is the amount of covering fire templates this list can put out in order to protect the Storm Wall. So really going into this, I'm looking to capitalize on scenario. I feel like that I can sit there and I can dominate in my zone, and he has to bring the Storm Wall to me. And then once he brings the Storm Wall to me, if I can't actually arrange to kill it, then I'm just going to run over to the other zone and start trying to control that zone for more points. and just kind of play a little bit of yo-yo there. And obviously, if I get the opportunity to kill the Stormwall Slaughterhousers or, feeded back warbeast, I'm absolutely going to do that. I did go ahead and pick Arcane Wanderer for my objective just because Midas has a lot of upkeep spells that'll make it pretty easy to cast. The big one being Calamity, which can be a very expensive spell. So I guess he doesn't have a lot of upkeep, so I just want Calamity to be cheaper. The other objective you can go with is the Fearless one for the Bone Grinders.
Well, he stopped just short of being in range of almost anything of my army, so I'm going to have to move forward if I want to shoot at him. The problem with that is he's going to get to shoot back at me really hard. I would much prefer to stay back and shoot him from a distance, and not let that wall of infantry he has behind his beast get to me before I get a few shots into him. So Finn is going to move up, and he does quite a bit of work. He shoots the heck out of that little pig there. Little pig, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. He just has too much crap over there. Now the Master Gunner moves up, digs in, farming a little spot that the Grenadier can move forward and nestle up between the two to get 3 shots. And he's going to shoot the little pig as the same little pig, and I roll some ridiculous dice there too. The little pig's hurting bad. His caster's feat brings back all of his beasts that die, though, so it doesn't do me a whole lot of good to kill a bunch of them, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't kill them. At the Storm Tower, roll Snake Eyes and misses. I've never got any work out of those pieces. It would have been cool, though. The Hunter's going to move over here, try to get out of the spray, so he's got to choose where to spray. He hits the big pig, and does a little bit of damage to him. Not a lot. Boosts the damage roll. I think I did 5 to him, maybe 4. Wasn't a lot. A little bit of work. So I'm kind of judging that I'm about 6 inches out of that zone, maybe 7. He's about an inch on the other side of the zone, so I'm going to take the shot at him. I'm going to move this. I'm just going to take the shot and try to get a couple of lightning leaps into his guys behind him. So we measure, and it's real close, but he's definitely in by about a half an inch or more. He hits. He gets a couple of electro leaps. He's going to get those 2 pigs back there. So we get the 2 pigs. And a POW 14 on the other guy does 22, so he takes 4. So that was good work for that piece. I wish the other one had hit. Chain Gun Crew is going to move up and dig in. They're doing the same thing that the other 2 trenchers did. They're going to give a firing platform for the Grenadier, who's going to shoot at the other little gun bore. And boost the damage on one of those hits there. Ooh, and 16. That's a 28-point hit. That puts a big dent in that pig. And the other 2 miss and drift and do very little. In fact, nothing. Cyclone's going to move up and drop a couple of covering fire templates to try to keep the infantry honest. You can't just run at me. In a straight line, I guess. Sturgis is going to go up. He's trying to find a place to hide. I don't know what he's going to do. Actually, that was Jake's. Jake's moves up and puts her upkeep up on the Energizer is the name for her upkeep, and or not Energizer, Sidekick, and it makes the Jack have +2 defense. She's not going to move up to get the benefit. She has to be in base to base to get the benefit herself. Then Sturgis moves up, snipes the Storm Wall, and we'll see if I can get some work out of him. Stormwall advances, drops a couple of covering fire templates. With Snipe, he can put these covering fire templates out 4 inches further than normal. Going to shoot the big pig. I should have shot the little gun boar to take one of his guns off the table because I think I could have killed him. He was hurt bad enough. I might have been able to kill both of them if I rolled really good on the one that was hard, that was damaged. I do not as the damage roll I rolled was a 7. It wasn't as hard to hit as I would have liked. Trying to decide what I'm going to do next turn. So I'm thinking I shoot, boost the damage roll, and get a mediocre damage roll again, a 9. I try to spike the damage, and then we're going to put the covering fire templates out. I don't think about what I'm doing here, and nope, I just forgot to do them.
So we're doing a little bit of plotting here. I think there's a lot of opportunities to be had. I'm seeing that I have a great line to assault spray Jakes, and that'll make that one sidekick Jack inert, and that'll take care of that problem forever. Which I don't even know what his defense is, but it's something that'll be problematic for me to hit. It'd be nice to shoot it with a gun bore, but his guys there base to base are dug in. So the blast damage won't really help me, and again the blast damage on the chain gun crew. So in the bottom Road Hog, I'm kind of split between wanting to go after the Stormcaller tower on the hill or going for the chain gun crew. So I end up just advancing, spraying. I can see the guy in the back because they're dug in, so yay me, they don't block line of sight. And we're just going to boost on all of them, and we will hit the backup support, and then we will kill the gun. And then we will damage the Jack as well. And I didn't really bother to boost damage on him. So that's one crew down. So, just kind of protecting my little guys. Next up we have unit Bone Grinders who are going to advance up. They're going to go into the triangle formation, and they're going to net themselves a Stormsmith Stormcaller. He's not the only one who can do highly accurate blasts. Next up, we have the other unit going. I tend to move the back guys first so I know how far the leader goes. So they're on a hill, so the measurement's a little bit awkward here, but we end up determining that they are, in fact, in range. But I believe those guys I'll actually miss, just the hill bonus. So I was a little bit miffed that my poor gunboard took so much damage. I think the gunboard that got shot up is on like frickin' 3 health. So we're going to have to take care of him here shortly. The Bone Grinders move up, they get rid of the little zap bolt. The next unit of Bone Grinders are going to advance, and they are going to take a shot at that Storm Tower and kill the support guy. He does pass his command check. And now the 5th unit of Bone Grinders this turn is going to activate, and they're going to move up and put Massacre on the Road Hog. My dead warbeast is a War Hog, so that way I can get some free charges in here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the risk. We're going to have the Road Hog assault, and we're going to see if we can't get myself a Jakes. I believe she's like defense, checking to make sure that he stays in control. I believe Jakes is a defense 15, so he'll need a 10 to hit. Obviously we're going to boost. But first we're going to go with that gun bore. And we're going to shoot that Jack. Boosting to hit, boosting to damage. And at some point this turn he loses his gun. This might be the shot that does that, but taking out that gun is really nice. So Targ is moving up, medicating a little bit. That Road Hog was actually damaged enough that you could lose an aspect if he forced for distance, and I wasn't certain that I had the 8 inches to make a successful charge, so I wanted to bump that up a little bit. So he goes ahead, he assaults. We prop him up there because hills are a little bit annoying. Now we're going to take the spray shots, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to boost on Jake's, and it will in fact connect, and a boosted damage will kill her, which is awesome for me. Go Roadhog. So that'll make that Jack that's directly in front of him inert. The inert stuff won't kick in until after the spray, so the spray attack on him will miss. Then we'll automatically hit him. And then take a swing on that trencher guy next to him. But we will miss that, unfortunately. So we're going to stop buying there, we're going to leave him be. So now we're running the Slaughterhousers up into the middle. They got to get forward to start threatening things. I feel like I'm slowly whittling away all of his infantry killing power. And we're activating Midas. He's spending 2 to heal up that Gunbore. And then he's going to charge the Stormsmith Tower, just in order to get into the zone. I am leaving him camping for Fury, because I don't think he can get to me, but I'm pretty concerned that, I mean, I like that I'm putting pressure on him, but with Midas' stat line at 14-16, that's a pretty dangerous place to be. Especially in front of an army that can shoot a lot. Then we have the other Gunbore, who's pretty close to being dead go. He's going to shoot up that Stormsmith Tower. Just again, trying to pick out all the little things that are going to impact my infantry. Just trying to get them off the table as quick as possible. But now if he doesn't move something into that zone, then I'm going to start scoring points. I have the ability to take out that tower on the bottom very quickly. That little light Jack is incredibly damaged, so he should be pretty easy to kill next turn. These Bone Grinders are just going to take up Sat at the Jack. If they do any damage, it's, you know, like 1 or 2 points. But I think I've positioned myself relatively well, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, that was a disheartening turn by my opponent. Those sprays really messed me up. It killed both of the chain gun guys and shot the hell out of the grenadiers. I'm going to go ahead and try for the assassination right now. It's probably a bad idea. But his caster can be dragged by Sturgis's feet into 4 covering fire templates. If I hadn't let the chain gun crew die, it could have been 5 covering fire templates. 4 of them POW 12s and 1 of them POW 10. Plus I'll get to shoot the 2 big guns off of the storm wall at him, and one of the grenadiers will be able to shoot at him, and the tower will be able to shoot at him, and Sturgis will be able to shoot at him. That's a lot of shooting at him. I can spray him with the Trencher Master Gunner. He's sitting with 4 transfers, so it's probably not a good idea. I probably won't get to pull this off, but we're going to give it a shot. So here we go. With that in mind, I allocate 3 focus to the storm wall and upkeep snipe. That way the storm wall can boost both to hit rolls and 1 damage roll. I probably didn't need to upkeep snipe. That's my mistake. I think it was so close to being able to whether or not I would be able to get those templates from the storm wall within range of Sturgis's drag, and because you're going to put them 10 inches. So it may not have been able to get to him if I didn't have snipe on him, was my thought, is why. Otherwise, I would have had the extra focus, and I could have used the extra focus to boost the hit and damage with Sturgis's gun, I guess, or boost it to hit roll, or just shoot him and then teleport. But we'll see. So I'm doing a little bit of work, and it doesn't do it. So far, my damage rolls haven't been very good. So the electroleaps do. I rolled good there. Starting to look like maybe I can try this. It's probably a low odds. I've also got the hunter that can shoot. If I drag properly, the hunter might be able to get into a position to do across the board shot at Midas. Now it's a very low POW attack on Midas. So here we go. Cyclone's dropping 2 the covering fire templates. His job is done. His POW 12s might have been better off. If I thought that I could hit his caster reliably, I might have tried for the spin up shots and just hoped to roll good. I could have put potentially 4d3 of those shots into his caster with the storm wall and the cyclone shooting at him. On average, that's 8 POW 12s. They only hit him barely, so I took the I don't need to roll to hit option. So the sprays, I think I got Midas a little bit there with the spray, and didn't do much else. But Trencher Master Gunner did his job. Now I'm looking around to see what's beat up, what's not. Stormwall can go to there. Wish I'd had somebody kill my objective. He'll drop his 2 covering fire templates. He's well within range. Now I'm going to measure to see where he is so I can see after the game if I could have hit him with those POW 10s, but I don't know. I think this is a better deal. So we shoot him, hit him twice, and I roll a 5 on 3 dice and a 7 on 3 dice. So we didn't do so good there. He transfers one of those. Trying to decide if I want to boost the hit or just try to hit him and boost the damage. I think I'm going to boost the hit because I got to hit him. It's POW 15, and I get an okay roll. So I'll take a 6. It's a little bit below average, but I'll take it. He's transferring that. Got 2 transfers left. He's going to be walking into 4 POW 12s. I don't rate to kill him. I don't think. I'll drop a lightning pod over there. Can't quite get anybody. I'm just trying to triangulate. I'm not going to be able to get a Stormsmith Stormcaller to zap him. It just even if I ran one of them to try to make the big triangle, I was too far. I'm just too far away to get anything to hit him. So Sturgis is going to go. Going to move up to within range of his gun. He's going to take a shot at him after he drags him. So I don't really want to kill any of the beasts, and it's possible that I will kill the other gun boards beat up really bad. He won't stand on this 3D hill, so I have to move him a little bit. No, it won't hurt him with those rolls. The 10 will. So there's a good roll. He has to transfer that. Next roll, that's another good roll. It's got to transfer that. Sitting on no transfers. So he takes the hit. Oh man, I tried to get lucky. So what I should have done was Sturgis here. He's sitting on 2. Sturgis hits him. I'm trying to decide if I want to boost the damage roll or not. And so I do. Actually, I haven't done Sturgis yet. That was the last. Got to finish up his feet. Can't really drag much else. Well, he takes the shot and boosts the damage roll. I probably, whenever I realized that he did have one transfer, so I kind of messed up there. Whenever I realized that I wasn't going to kill him, what I should have done is teleported with Sturgis to try to get another turn out of this storm while shooting at him. And I didn't, so it was a big mistake. Sturgis could have teleported back behind the storm wall, and he would have been fairly safe from any retaliation. Without the he's just hanging with his junk in the wind right now, so he's not. This game is over. I'm just trying to save a little bit of face. I'm so new to Cygnar still. I quit playing him. I played him for about 6 months, and then I quit playing him for over a year. Went back to Scorn, and so I'm really out of practice with him. I never really was in practice with him much. So the storm callers are moving around doing their thing, and there's just no way to engineer a shot onto his caster. Even if I move to try to shoot his caster with one of them, it won't work. And they do very little. I like the storm callers a little bit. I kind of get a mixed set of results with them. Sometimes I get a good result, sometimes I don't. So now I'm doing desperation moves. I'm giving him a free strike on to Finn. Finn's going to go try to shoot his caster, and he gets blown up. So that was it. And now it's just all down to him engineering a kill on a pretty helpless caster.
So at this point, though, Sturgis is in a pretty good position for me to assassinate him. The Road Hog at the top did frenzy. The thing that makes it slightly risky is he's defense 16, and he does have, I forget what the ability is called, but it's when you charge him, you get knocked down if you miss. So what we're going to try to do is curse him, land a calamity on it, and on one hand I need an 8, but on the other hand I only have one shot at it because I don't have any bone tokens. And the only way to really get some bone tokens, I suppose, would be to kill off my own beasts, which it seems counteractive. I guess retrospectively, because the Road Hog had frenzied, I could have gone ahead and killed him off with little issue. That would have given me the bone token I wanted. But as it is, we're just trying to figure out positioning, line of sight, and making sure when I feet back the War Hog, he can walk in but not be engaged, not be blocking line of sight. So Midas is going to go. He's just kind of walking on up, getting into melee range of that one guy. He's cursing Sturgis, and he's throwing a boosted calamity at him. It does successfully hit. Then he's going to swing on that trencher character that might be Maxwell Finn. I'm not sure, a lot of these, like I said, are new models to me. But he's going to swing on him. Unfortunately, he's going to miss. He will pop feet and use one Fury to heal all the models in his battle group. And what that does is that returns any lost aspects that I had on the gun boars and the Road Hog. So we should be good to go there. And then we're also going to put down the War Hog. And the goal there with the War Hog is to basically get him not in melee with the Cyclone Jack, but within the ability to walk 4 inches up to Sturgis. And then the other thing is I need to make sure that I can walk that Road Hog around in order to not clip the War Hog and kill him when I go to spray. But the flip side of that is I can always spray last because it ignores the melee bonus. So the order of activation issues should solve themselves. That Jack that's engaging the Road Hog is so crippled at this point that I'm reasonably certain the Slaughterhousers can take it out with little issue. The other thing that would be nice is if I could kill that Trencher Solo there. Then I can get a Slaughterhouser charge. There's actually 2 Slaughterhousers in charge range of Sturgis. The issue is that they're from 2 different units, so if it takes 1 unit, since Midas wasn't able to kill him, if it takes 1 unit to take that guy out, then I'll only get 1 of them on him. They're just trying to arrange the best possible chance I can have for this assassination happening. So that gun boar aimed. He put a boosted shot, boosted to hit, boosted to damage shot into Sturgis. Did a good amount of damage there. The other gun boar's coming around. He's doing exactly the same thing. He connects, does a good amount of damage. Now I'm just trying to figure out the Slaughterhouser order of activation. What will eventually occur is that the Slaughterhousers kind of on the bottom side of the screen are going to activate. They're going to charge. The one guy won't get the charge bonus on whatever that character's name is. And then the other one's going to go ahead and he's going to charge that little light jack there. And he's also being sure to charge that way those bone grinders can get around him to get some line of sight going. And the other ones are just going to run out of the way. So he RFPs the little jack. And then the other one does successfully connect and kill the solo guy there. Midas had damage to him actually, so I did get finisher, for what that's worth. Next up we have the unit of bone grinders who's going to go. And they're just walking so that they can get some, get the two guys within an inch there, get some nice line of sight onto Sturgis through that gap between the War Hog and the Cyclone. The War Hog is facing forward, it's just Scorn model positioning. So I just declared it. So they connect and they bring Sturgis down to 1 health with their little arcane blast. It's rat 10, POW 13, something along those lines. So you get the next unit coming in, they're now rat 11 because there's 4 of them in that little block. And they connect and they do 1 point of damage to bring victory to the piggies. So, Merry Christmas everybody, have a happy holidays.
Well, like I said, I should have teleported after the very turn. I shouldn't have even tried for the assassination. I should have just set up some covering fire templates and shot one of his beasts, or tried to shoot the other spray pig off the table with what I had left. Well, with 2 shots from the storm wall. Keep the infantry off of me, get rid of the little dudes. The list I think is fun to play, but I need a lot of work, a lot of practice with it. I threw the thing together that night and played it that night for the first time, and there were several models in the list I'd never played. So that's my excuses, and I'm sticking with them. You guys have a happy holiday and a Merry Warmachine Christmas. Good night to all, and to all a good night.